Tomorrow is Saturday, October 14th, and it is the day of the referendum. And if you don't understand how the referendum works, if you have any questions about the voice, this is the video for you. My name's Shahan Kalanta. I'm a lawyer practicing here in Australia, and I've made a video that is designed to explain what the voice is, what a referendum is, what the Constitution is, and to give you information to go and make an informed decision. I want to be clear that I'm not here to push any agenda whatsoever. For abundant clarity, I am voting yes because when I look at the different materials before me, the yes vote makes more sense than the no vote. But leave that aside and let me simply explain what this whole thing is, because for many of us, we've never voted in a referendum. And so there's a lot of stuff going on that we might be confused about. Firstly, what is a referendum? A referendum is a vote to change the Constitution of Australia. Then what is the Constitution of Australia? The Constitution is the framework under which Australia operates. It basically gives us a bare bones account of how we should operate our country. Well, what's this specific referendum about then? The referendum is to amend the Constitution to include a new entity known as the Voice. What the Voice is meant to be is a body that represents and makes representations on behalf of Indigenous Australians to the government of the day about Indigenous matters. Then the question becomes, well, why don't we just make some sort of legislative body that does that? Why can't we create an advisory group? The answer to that is the fact that for many, many years, different governments have tried, but Indigenous affairs is sort of a hot potato where one government comes in, makes a number of proposals, and then another government comes in and strips it right back. And so we kind of have this hamster wheel where nothing meaningful is happening. Now, what are the dangers of voting yes? The first is that we don't really know how the Voice will operate. We don't know the extent of its remit, even though we think we do, and it may open up cans of worms that we didn't know about. You've also probably seen certain members of the Indigenous community saying, we don't accept this, we don't want this. And their reason for that might be whatever their own personal reason is. For example, some First Nations Australians think this doesn't go far enough, and they think that it would be more appropriate to have a full treaty straight away. But for an overwhelming majority of First Nations Australians, this is what they have asked for. They support this, and they support it in the vast majority, over 80%. So what are the downsides of voting yes? So why would you vote yes? And the reason for that is that tragically there is a huge gap between First Nations Australians and other Australians. Tragically, they're overrepresented in prison populations, their educational outcomes tend to be worse, and they tend to unfortunately pass on earlier. And we are spending a lot of money trying to resolve these issues, and it would be sensible, in my opinion, to have them have a say in these issues and help direct some of those resources to solve their problems and make their communities better. Voting yes doesn't take anything from you. It just gives something to someone else. Follow me for more legal TikTok.